Hello, it's Libby from libbystamps.com and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and today we're going to make this little basket using the gift card envelope and trims thinlet dies, and it's quite easy. We're using a few embellishments as well, but we're just really making the basket, and I'll talk to you about the embellishments later. So what you need to do is get your paper. Now you need double-sided paper, and I'm just going to demonstrate with this piece of 6x6 DSP stack, so you could use these. You need 4 envelope liners. I'll just get my big shot. So you need 4, and you're going to place them like this in your big shot. So the widest bit going across. It doesn't matter if these bits hang off because you're going to trim them down anyway. And we're going to just roll that on through, and then while you've got your big shot out, you want to decide whether you're going to use any of the trims out of the gift card envelope and thinlets. So you've got a banner, you've got a banner cut differently, and you've got little hearts and little circles as well. I've used the hearts and circles today, but you can use whatever you like. So when we've cut it, that's what our template looks like. So I don't need my big shot for anything else. I've already cut all my other pieces. So this is what it looks like. And what you're actually going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to trim one side off altogether down the score line like that. The left hand side or whichever, just make it consistent for all your pieces. You're going to trim off to 1 centimetre or 1/4 inch. Then the bottom here, you're just going to go from this point to this point and cut that off. So you're going to get rid of all of that, most of that, and all of that. Alright, so I'll show you on my sample what I mean, and I'll bring in my trimmer. Right, now I've already done most of mine, but I've got one here I'm going to show you. So what I did was, what I've done here is I've burnished the fold line, and I've put that on my 1 centimetre mark or your 1/4 inch mark. And here's a tip: sometimes when you put the lever down of your trimmer, this little bit gets caught, so it moves the main body of the thing. So I worked out if you just put your little paper piercing tool underneath, you can close that down and hold that fast. So you're going to trim that to about 1 centimetre or 1/4 inch. On the opposite side, where the score line is, you're going to trim that off altogether. Alright, so I have one here. So I'm going to trim this one off altogether, and all you do is, here's the score line here and here, and I'm just going to line that up in the ditch of my trimmer and trim down, and you've trimmed it off. Or you can use snips if you're more comfortable with that. And then I need to just trim off the bottom. So mine's going to be this one here, and I'm just going to line these points up. So this one here and this one here in the ditch of my trimmer, and trim it off. And that's all you need your trimmer for. You also need to have a piece of 4 inch by 4 inch cardstock, or 10 centimetres by 10 centimetres in a colour of your choice. And because I'm using the Moroccan DSP in this one, because the outside's mainly early espresso, I've put an early espresso piece in the bottom. This one is going to be very vanilla on the outside, so I've cut a 4 inch piece of very vanilla. You also need a handle, which is 29 centimetres by 2 centimetres, so 29 centimetres by 2 centimetres, or 11.5 by 3/4 of an inch. So that's all you need to make this box, and some glue dots and embellishment and some multi-purpose liquid glue. Put all your pieces the right way up, and then you're going to come in and make sure these folds are nicely burnished, and you're just going to put a bit of liquid adhesive on all the little flaps that you've got left and adhere them just like that to the next one in the line. And you go ahead and you do that with all of them.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it a better place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see.
My 4 envelope liners are glued together, so it looks like this now. I'm going to close it over like this. I'm going to put some adhesive on the flap that I have left. And then I'm going to bring this over and let it meet. And then we have the start of our box, and while that's drying I'm just going to go through and make sure that other side is burnished well. And you can, while you're waiting for the liquid glue to dry, go ahead and open these flaps and burnish them. So they're going to form the top of your box. So open all of those to the outside of your box and burnish them. Alright, then we're going to come in and do the base, and remember we trimmed all these off. So we trimmed from this point to this point and took all that bit off. So we just need a bit of adhesive in 4 corners. So I'm going to choose these 2 here. Just a little bit of adhesive on each corner, and then push the other sides down. May not have burnished that one. Alright, there we go. And then turn it over onto your grid paper and line it up on your grid paper so that it's square. Then come in with your bone folder and just push those pieces down that you put adhesive on, so you know that those corners are adhered. Then we're going to come in with our piece of cardstock, and remember it was 4 inches by 4 inches, and I'm just putting a bead of glue right round the outside of it, just like that. And then all I'm going to do is pop that inside my box. Push it down. Again, come in with your bone folder and just make sure it's pushed down properly. And there you've got the inside of your box, and the base of your box should be adhered. Now the next part is you can go around with multi-purpose liquid glue and just adhere, put a little piece, a little bit under each flap and push it down. So this is what the inside of my box looks like and the outside. Alright, our next task is to adhere our handles. Now on this one, I put the handles on the outside. On this one, I'm going to put them on the inside. So what I do is I work out where my point is there, and I come in and I've got glue dots on the end of my handles, and I just attach my handle like that with the glue dot, and the same on the other side, out there like that. And when you're happy with where it's placed, just come back in with a bit of Tombow and adhere it to the top of the box, just like that. Alright, now I cut out 4 hearts, so you can go ahead and put a heart on as an attachment for your candle, and I'm just going to attach those with glue dots. And remember, I cut them out of the gift card envelope and trims thinlits dies. It's number 135854. So I'm just putting a glue dot on each of the hearts. So I'm just going to come in with my paper piercing tool now that I've got my heart attached. And then if you want to, you can use the metallic enamel shapes or any of the other enamel shapes. This is the Regal's enamel shapes pack, and you get all the Regal colours in that. I'm going to use the metallic enamel shapes, and they come in a similar packet, and I'm just going to use the gold ones because I think they look more like Delightful Dijon, and I'm just going to put a little round one right in the middle of that heart. And there's our basket. Now on my other sample, I have used Circle of Spring to stamp in Early Espresso. I've cut that out with one of the layering ovals, and then I've used Island Indigo and cut that out with the scallop oval from the layering ovals. I've glued those two bits together with liquid glue, and then I've popped it up on a Stampin' Dimensional. You could add other embellishments such as ribbon. You could add some leaves that you've die cut, stamped and die cut. You could do all sorts of things. But anyway, there are our 2 baskets from the gift card envelope and trims thinlits dies, and it's the first in one of a few of my Easter projects that I will bring to you over the next couple of weeks before Easter. Alright, thanks for stopping by. Bye for now.
Destiny require every dream to believe. Take the chance, lead the dance, and run with what is in your heart. Let the magic start. You're in charge. Yes, you can. What's the plan? Come on, let's do this.